Hey y'all, it's Christmas Eve and not gonna hunt this afternoon. We've got a Christmas Eve service at our church at 5:30. So I thought I'd come out and put out a little feed for the deer. They're starving right now. They don't have anything to eat in the woods, and we're gonna be going to Tennessee, and just want to give them something to eat a little bit on a couple of spots here. And the main thing is about a week or so ago, I posted a video when it was raining that day, and I was out filling up some coon feeders, and I also put in there where I put a couple bags of that big time deer feed in. Put it out, that big time, and I was gonna see how the results were on it. And I'll show you, this is one of the spots I put it at that day. And I don't know, within about 3 or 4 days I checked it and it was gone. So they ate it really well. But then when I went back to Tractor Supply to get some more the other day, they were sold out of it. And I checked again, hadn't had any. So I can see that they're probably not going to be consistent on keeping it, and not sure where anywhere else is. So here, I'll show you right here. You can see the ground, what it looks like. They ate every bit of it, and like I said, within just a few days. So they definitely like it. But if it's going to be inconsistent on being able to get it, so I've got another bag that I always see them have there. So what I'm gonna do today is try it, and I'm just gonna make a little pile of it, and then next to it I'm gonna put a pile of corn up front, and put a trail camera on it, and see what it how they hit it. And then that one spot that same day I put a block out. I'm gonna go check it because I hadn't been back to check it, and I'm gonna do the same thing there. I'm gonna put a bag of this new feed out and a bag of corn there, trail camera on it, and that'll give me, if there's that block still there, that'll give me an idea. Block, this feed, and then corn, which if y'all if you've got any experience with corn and deer, they absolutely love corn, especially when there's nothing else to eat in the woods. And so what I'm doing this for, guys, is like years ago on our property here, we had certain spots throughout where we had feed troughs on, and we fed these deer year round. And just over time, with life getting busy and raising kids and everything, we've kind of slacked off on that, but I want to get back to that. So as soon as deer season's over with, I'm gonna build some more troughs and get them scattered out throughout our whole property. And but moving forward is, I want to find the food that has the most protein that I can possibly get, that the deer will actually eat. I remember years ago we tried soybean pellets, which are loaded in protein, and various things, and the deer just didn't really eat it well. So I want to get back to that feeding. That was some of those years that we fed those deer year round. And we I'm not putting those troughs in places where we're hunting. We just have them scattered out throughout the property, so the deer's got feed year round. Especially in the spring and summer is when they really need it. But like I said, I want to do my research now and try different things and see what they really like to eat. So here, I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'll show you this one. This is it's made by Antler King Booner Blend, and it shows you winter, helps maintain body weight, supports rut recovery, supports healthy fetal development, reduces stress. Spring supports antler growth, successful birth, which is very important. And then summer, you got game camera use, so you can kind of get an idea of what you got on your property. Antler growth, enriched milk production, fawn health. And in the fall, keeps the deer on your property, supports optimal conception rates and supports buck health during rut, which here in Mississippi our rut is not in the fall, so we can rule that out. But you can see here, I don't know if it'll show you, the protein's 10%, fat's 4, which is kind of low, fiber 10, calcium 0.15%, and so on. You know, it's even got salt, copper, vitamin A, vitamin E. So to, you know, ingredient wise, this is a little better than that Big Tine. And it's got, of course, it's got corn mixed in it, sunflower seeds, wheat, oats, molasses, soybean oil, plant protein products, and a bunch of other things in it that I'm not going to sit here and read off. But I think, you know, as far as nutrition wise, this may be a little better than that Big Tine. So, and then I just got a bag. Well, I've got two, and I've got 2 of the Booner Blitz, but I got 2 bags of triple clean corn. And like I said, I'm just going to get over here and I'm going to dump these out. And of course, I'm going to see which one the deer go to first. I'll have my camera on it, and then second, see if they even like this, or how quick they eat this compared to that Big Tine. So, all right, I'm gonna get over here and dump these out, and then I'm gonna move on to the next spot, which is kind of middle ways of our property, and do the same thing there. But like I said, there was a block there. I'm anxious to see how well they've eaten that block, and if they hadn't eaten it, then I'll have 2 other things to go right there with it, and I'm gonna put a game camera on it as well. All right, so you can see I dumped it out. I got my corn here, just straight corn, and then here's this Antler King feed. And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, it smells great, and you can see, and that smell is from the molasses. But see, it's got a mixture of corn, and there's some sunflower seeds. I see the wheat right there, and then there's those grains that are the oats and soybeans and all that. That's in the made into like a pellet. But going off smell, man, this stuff smells great. So I'm anxious to see. I'm sure some of y'all watching have tried this, and you probably know how it does. But you know, I've learned too that deer in different places, you know, they like different things, and sometimes they'll turn their nose up at certain things. So you know, I've learned that from feeding a lot of different things in the past. But anyway, this smells great, and I like that, you know, I like that mixture of stuff in it. So and I'm sure they're going to eat the corn out of it, because they love corn, like I said. But this other stuff in here gets, you know, pretty good protein amount and everything. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna head back to the second spot and do the same thing and get some cameras set up on this. So while I'm driving through to the other spot, I just want to say, you know, that Big Tine, from what I saw, I mean, they ate it really fast. So of course that tells me they liked it, that blend, and there's obviously something in there they liked. I think that Big Tine, if I remember right, it was like a cherry flavor or something like that. I remember it smelling really good too. And I don't know what possessed me. I don't know why I didn't put a camera on those spots where I put it. It just didn't cross my mind that day. Kind of a spur of the moment deal. But I'm gonna get my hands on some more of it. I'm sure eventually Tractor Supply gets some more in, and I'm gonna do the same thing with it again as I'm doing today, and get a trail camera put on it just to see, you know, what came to it, and also compare it to the corn. So yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And I've been doing some research online of some other deer feed, and there's several different brands that I can get in the neighboring town at their local feed store. So they've got a little more protein and all than what I just put out. So I think, you know, I think during the spring, summer, and late winter as well, you know, the the more protein, fat that you can give these deer, the better off, you know, your deer are in the long run. So, and like I said, years ago, when we kept those troughs filled on our place and kept feed over here for these deer, our hunting was just so much better, and we had, you know, more quality bucks, more quality deer. You know, the does look better. So, you know, just like I said earlier, it's something I want to get back into. We've, you know, let it slip over the years and just kind of gotten away from it with life being so busy. But, you know, with my son Max, he's, you know, he loves the deer hunt, and you know, I kind of want to show him, you know, what you can do on a property with you know, the right nutrition, and you know, letting the deer grow a little bit, just, you know, just helps the deer more healthy. And you know, I just want to show him, you know, that side of it, you know, other than just getting out here and killing them. But anyway, I'm gonna ride through and get back to this next spot, and then I'll show you what I'm doing back here as well. And like I said, I'm anxious to see about that block. You know, I think those blocks, you know, they've got good minerals and fat content and protein. You know, some even have good protein in them. So I think those are good ways to do. You know, you can scatter them out in places, and you know, same thing. You know, give the deer some better nutrition. So and those blocks are an easy way to do it. You know, they don't have to have a covered trough or anything like that, you know, to keep it out of the weather. So they're a way that you can put them in more remote spots, and, you know, places where, you know, you can't access as easy to fill up a trough, or, you know, get in there and, you know, put 10 bags of feed in it or something, you know. So I'm definitely going to use those as well. Like I said, I want to find, just like this feed, I want to find some that has good enough nutrition, and most important, something that the deer will actually eat and keep coming back to. So y'all stay tuned. I'm going to get in here. It's going to take me a little while to drive back in here, but I will be back shortly. All right, I made it back here, and I don't know if this camera's gonna pick this up, but you can tell the leaves are just churned where that big tine was, where I'd spread it out. There's a bunch of deer droppings. And okay, here's this block. So you can tell they've been hammering this thing. And it was, I don't know if you remember the video, but I put it right next to this tree. So they've been rolling it around, eating on it like that. So, man, yeah, they hammered this stuff. And that truck, I mean, like I said, that video was about a week ago, maybe a little bit over a week. I had to look back and see, but man, they ate that block. That block was probably, you know, this tall. So they ate a good chunk of it. So they have tore it up in here. So anyway, I'm gonna get a camera put out here as well. I'm gonna drop 2 piles just like I did back there at the other spot, and go from there. All right, so same thing I did here. Got the Antler King feed here, the corn there, and you got the block there in the center of them. So what's going to be cool about this, I got my camera set up over here on this tree, and of course it's a cell camera, multi-edge cell cam, so I'll be able to monitor this a little better now, and know exactly what's feeding in here. I see some fresh grapes over there across this little creek. I mean, very fresh under that beech tree. There's one there, and then one by that big pine. So they got a buck in here. So anyway, I'm gonna head out, go get cleaned up and get ready to go to church tonight. As I'm driving out here, I'm gonna say a little more. I didn't say back there, but going back to the trough feeding, the year-round feeding on our property here. It's a good amount, good bit of property that we have here. Of course, family property, but the majority of it is just hardwood timber. So we have, let's see, we have 8 or 9 food plots on the property, but they're smaller plots. So when it comes to, like, here's one, which this is one of the smaller ones, but when it comes to like summertime plots like beans and corn and peas and stuff like that, we've tried a lot of that in the past, and our fields aren't big enough to to support that kind of crop. They just, literally will eat, say if we plant like this field here, this is in our bottom right here, which is a decent sized field, one of the larger ones, lengthwise and all, but if we plant this in beans or peas in the summer, they'll literally once they get to a certain stage, they'll literally eat this thing up in a matter of a week or two. So I just going to continue to do that, which we hadn't done it the last 2 summers, but this summer is going to change. But I just feel like I've learned that the last several years where we hadn't done much as far as summertime feeding and trough feeding, supplemental feeding, our hunting has just not been as good. We're not holding the deer on our property as much anymore. So I'm gonna continue to get back into planting these plots for the summer, whether it be peas, beans, corn, or like some lab or forage beans, something like that. I'll decide that later, but we'll also, I'm also going to get back into the year-round feeding. So combined on a property this size with limited fields, for crops, I think those two combined will get us back on the right track again. And going back to my son, I want to teach him how to do all that stuff, and so like I said, he loves hunting, and that way, show him, hey, this is what you've got to do if you want to maintain your deer right on your property, and get him enjoying that as well, and learning the steps to do that, other than it just going and hunting the deer, and I just want to teach him to be well-rounded in it. So anyway, and like in another video, I think it was that same video with the big tine, I talked about gonna this summer when everything dries up, put a big pipe in our creek back here where we can get our bigger tractor, bigger equipment across there. And I've got some areas in the back over there that I know I can get, if I get some equipment in, I can make some food plots bigger, make some new food plots, and I think all that will just add to it, and just help us get back on the right track again. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all guys go. Like I said, I'm gonna get home, get cleaned up, and get to our Christmas service tonight at church. And I appreciate you guys watching. Like I say always, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know something that's worked for you guys if you're doing something similar to what I'm doing here on our property. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. God bless you.